Being a troublemaker, it was really about building the confidence in the abilities of the teams that I had the good fortune to lead. I knew I was a troublemaker when I tended to gravitate toward problems that were the most complex in nature or finding opportunities that were in the white space where no one had sort of gone before. When someone said to me that something that was worth doing wasn't possible, it was a trigger for me to really figure out a way to make it happen. And as a leader, I felt it was my responsibility to remove the biggest obstacles and help team members really go after creating more value for themselves and for our clients. And I think as a leader, thinking about being a troublemaker, it was really about building the confidence in the abilities of the teams that I had the good fortune to lead, to build their skills, stretch them in ways they didn't think possible, and coaching them along the way. And honestly, if they were successful, I would celebrate the success. If they weren't successful, I would celebrate the fact that they gave it a good shot, dust them off, put them back on the saddle, and put them out to do something, yeah, even more impossible. And they'd amaze me and amaze themselves, and honestly become troublemakers in their own right. In the West here, we often sort of use the phrase, let's make the impossible possible. And I think that as a troublemaker, that's the objective in the role. My perspective is that it starts with perseverance, and this never-ending need to succeed at whatever your passion might be. If you don't try, you'll never grow and learn. And that, to me, an essential ingredient of growing and learning is to have intellectual curiosity. If you fail, you dust yourself off, you learn from it, you keep going. And along the way, I think you gain a greater amount of wisdom, agility, and resilience as a human and as a leader. In my mind, adversity truly builds character, and whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I use that term a lot, both in life and in work. I also have to sort of continuously remind myself that life and work is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you really need to pace yourself. And you're going to feel and deal with setbacks along the way. But every one of those is a learning opportunity and something that will make you a better leader and I think a better human being over time. Who inspires me in the work that I do and the life that I lead? I think the people that I get to work with, their incredible passion, the talent, the experience they bring to their lives and their work. I learn from them every day, and that makes me a better person and a better leader. I'm also inspired by the autonomy and the accountability that's entrusted to me to serve our clients, look after our people, grow our business. And that creates the drive for me to do a little better every day. We inherit a world here that we live in and that we work in, and really to be a steward to make both the world and the workplace a better place for yourself and for everyone that's in it really is a responsibility. And I take stewardship, which is one of our core values, very seriously. I've had the good fortune of having a family that invested in my education. And I think education, opens up a world of opportunity for people. So my family and I are investing in the education of African and Afghani girls so that they can go to school and make their world and their futures brighter. In terms of ensuring that all voices are heard in our company, it really starts with having an authentic curiosity, especially for people that have a different perspective or experiences than you might have had. And you need to bring, I think, a lot of humility to those conversations as a leader. You also have to have a ton of empathy with respect to people's sort of varied perspectives and look at the world through their lens, which again is not easy to do. You have to put your biases aside and approach each conversation with a lot of openness and have a lot of ability to self-reflect and to understand, your own biases. I think, learning from others really widens your aperture and opens up your mindset to approach problems and even opportunities in different ways, and to really create an environment where everyone feels, I think, safe, seen, and really empowered to be troublemakers in their own right. I have three things that I was taught by a partner 20 years ago, and I've tried to follow those, in both in life and in my work life. And they're three very simple rules. He said, do the right thing. There's always a voice in the back of your head that says this is the right thing to do in any situation. Listen to that voice. The second thing he said was always play the long game. Don't think about today's metrics or today's objectives, but think about sort of in the way in which you manage your business and your people, the right thing to do for the long term. And that will always steer you right and really be your North Star. And then the third, and I think most important thing, is look after your people. And if you do that, everything else will take care of itself. And I really try to follow those rules because I think they make a world of difference. There are at times hard principles to live by, but if you can stick to them, you know, you're going to be successful.